Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna see how to increase your spending limit on Facebook. And is it possible to start spending more than $50 per day in a French studio account? That's what we're gonna see. How to increase the spending limit, how are the rules about it. We're gonna review pretty much everything. So when you start advertising on a fresh ad account, you have a daily spending limit, very low, and you will have an account showing something like this. $50 per day, which is kind of frustrating. It's a way for Meta to limit risk while checking if they can trust you to pay and if they can trust your business to let you keep advertising more. The more you get ads payment going through, everything is getting approved in terms of payments, then your spending limit will be able to increase. But it's a long process, and if this happens that you get some payment rejected, you can go down to a low level again, which is very frustrating. I would say it's pretty annoying, so you would like to have some shortcuts, some options to see what's possible. You can also try to chat with the support, tell them to increase your ad spend limit, blah blah blah, but most of the time you will lose a lot of time and energy, and you will just be disappointed, like, hey, I've been spending a lot of time talking to them and actually nothing happens. So be careful about that. Don't lose too much time and energy. In this video, we're gonna explore the different options. So what I got for you, you should always set a budget higher than your daily spending when you're advertising to motivate Meta to increase your spending limit, okay? So it's better for you to put a higher budget. So even though they don't spend it all, Meta will build some trust with you, and the more they try to debit your payment method and everything is clean, the more do you have a chance to get more increase on your spending, okay? So that's very important. This is obviously a huge problem if you want to make money from Meta ads and if you want to scale fast. What other options you have before I dig in on the magic solutions? I would insist on having some kind of a solid payment method. If you can use even credit card instead of debit card, and making sure that you have some kind of dedicated account only for your Facebook spending that is always gonna accept the transaction, okay? This way you'll be all good to go, all right? So if you get some payment rejected, again, it will affect a lot on your spending. Also, another technique that you can do to make sure that, because I'm literally saying, like, open the doors to your credit cards and make it spend so you can increase your spending limits. But please take in consideration about hackers. You also want that you have some kind of way to see if there is a hacker going on your account. One trick that I saw big players using is set the threshold to a random number. This way, when you get debited, you see that the number is not like some kind of a huge number. You know that it's the number that you defined. For example, instead of getting a threshold at every $5,000, you can do, for example, 48,000. This way, you see all the time that, okay, if it's a hacker coming in, he will just spend as much as possible, and you'll be able to notice it right away. Anyway, back to the topic. Let me share to you the ultimate solution: agency ad accounts. For those who don't know about agency accounts, this is special ad accounts created out of some partnership between Facebook and Meta to help some regions in the world. When Facebook was starting, they didn't have much clients, and they tried to develop on some countries, and they used some agencies that were already developed out there. So one of the most famous is HTTPool. A lot of people think that HTTPool is dead, that people cannot use them or anything like that, or whatsoever. HTTPool is still alive. You can still use them and have access to the super powerful accounts. So yeah, if you want to get access to those, feel free to send me some text, and I will assist you on how you could get a workaround with them. You could try to contact them by yourself, but if you don't have a lot of clients, they will not help you. So that's why it's better to partner up with some agency that already built a relationship with them, and God knows there is very, very few of them, but you're lucky today if you're in this video. I have some strong partners in place for multiple years that will be able to help you get this happen. And yeah, share the perks about those accounts. So basically, no spending limits at all. From day one, you can spend as much money as you want. So that's super powerful, especially if you want to do like some kind of campaigns, promotion. You have some big launch product to push out there, and you want to get as much value as possible. Okay. Plus, I know in this context right now, with all those ads getting rejected, those accounts have a higher ad approval. So basically, you have more chance that ads will get approved compared to a standard account. So that's also some kind of advantage, all right? And of course, on the long run, once you optimize and you get a lot of data on those accounts, they'll be super strong and they will lead you very good performance. Okay, so very cool. Plus, you also have some contacts out there that might help, not in 100% of the cases, but in 80-90% of the cases. Even if the account get banned, they can get it recovered. Guys, those accounts are golden nuggets, so you should definitely use them. You probably already know some agencies. For some of you guys that are already advanced in the game, so the cons of those agency accounts is the top-up system. It's prepaid system, so basically you need to send the money first and then you have the budget on your account, but at least you don't have any issues with all those credit cards and going back and forth, etc., etc. There might be also other perks that are available according to your business, to what you do, and I'll be happy to develop further by chatting with you directly, okay? There are some people who farm BMs by spending millions on them to get to some kind of higher status on the account, and using those agency accounts, you basically have access to that, okay? And HTT Pool are really partnered like this with Meta. It's not like some kind of agency that actually warming up their accounts and then they are able to create tons of ad accounts and then actually renting those ad accounts that actually can get banned, and actually you will have like lower control. So at the end you will have a lot of options out there, but yeah, you should be careful about that, because the higher the tier of the agency and the closer they are with Meta, the better perks you get. And it's more like some kind of long-term game. I know that you guys are looking for some kind of short-term gains, but if you're playing the game and investing like 3 months, 4 months on some kind of HTT Pool account, your brand will be super powerful and you will crush your competitors. And even though you try to run your ads on some kind of other ad accounts, you will see that it will never be the same like those of HTT Pool. So yeah, I would recommend you to avoid to use suppliers that are just like some kind of a subleasing, some kind of strong BM, okay? And you want to use people that have actually some link with Meta. So yeah, feel free to contact me and I will help you with that. So is there any other way to increase spending limits without agency accounts? I know that some of you have some kind of payment rejected, and from a day to another you can have like a high spending limit and boom, it can crash, or you can run to some kind of random payment issue on your account and seeing that your spending limit has dropped down a lot. That's also possible. It can be your case. So let's discuss about the options. There are some way to work with some Facebook reps to increase spending limit on demand. So there is always some workarounds with partners at Meta, and we can try to, according to a case, discuss with them and see if there is a possibility for you to increase your actual spending limits. In my opinion, it's not as good as agency account, because you have to repeat the process, you have to do it again, and your account is a regular run, so you might get a higher rate of ad rejected and higher chance of bans and stuff like that. And also, if this workaround will make your spending increase, but if for some reasons you get some ad rejected, payment rejected, you might lose, the advantage you get or by increasing your spending limit, and you have to do this process again and again, like every week, always requesting for spending limit increase, etc., etc. And you can basically aim for like doubling it, but doubling it within like 1 week or 4 days sometimes is not enough, especially when there is some big moments on the year when you want to spend a lot of budget, okay? So yeah, you can expect by discussing with reps going from 1K to 2K, from 2K to 4K, something like that. But yeah, you cannot expect going from 5K to 20K, you know? I mean, it's possible, but it will take you probably a month or 6 weeks to get it done. So yeah, if that's something that you're looking for, increasing your spending limit, you can contact me on WhatsApp to know more. And yeah, let me know what you think, your questions. Feel free to share me anything about spending limits, and I'll be happy to make a video about that and discuss further. Guys, until then, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to scale your e-com business without blocks, and I see you in the next video. Okay, cheers.